Greetings, Ascended Nation. So I'm coming to y'all with a quick download. I don't want to make this video but too long. I was relaxing before I went to bed, and I got a download in reference to the war and Pizzagate. Upon communication, okay. Something is definitely heavily significant, strictly in reference to the children, okay? And ninth house energy, okay? In which I've told y'all, that about a minute ago. This was, I want to say it was October of 2022. I want to say October of 2022 or like the end of 2022, I'm going to just say. Okay. So like, or the end of 2022, the beginning of 2023. Okay. It's in my journal, but I don't feel like getting it. Because I actually have it written down. So I did a spirit box session, and during this spirit box session, my ancestors had came through, my guides had came through, and they gave the message in reference to they described the teachings here as Western Skrying, okay? And which we know, okay? A lot of us know this, okay? A lot of us, we basically had to come to reality because a lot of us grow up religious, okay? We're programmed immediately to be religious, right? To follow their religious practices and teachings, okay? The further you are from your roots and your ancestors, the more susceptible you are to, you know, being an illusion and sleep, basically staying asleep, okay? So they had came through, gave the message in reference to Western Skrying. They also laughed at this story in reference to Adam and Eve, okay? The way they put it to me, it was like the actual atom, like, so Atum Ra, okay? So ATUM and ATOM, okay? And that's where it came from, okay? So all of this has something to do with, like I said, the whole Western Skrying is tied to the emperor energies that I keep telling y'all about, that are obsessed with power and control. Okay, they're obsessed with authority. They are obsessed with greed. Okay, so they have their greed field. All right, very, very greed field. Hold on, y'all, because they telling me to get something. So, basically, it's a situation of wanting you to inherit who they are, like their mannerisms. That's what I'm picking up. Wanting you to inherit their mannerisms. Very beast-like, okay? I feel like that's the mark of the beast, okay? Wanting you to inherit their mannerisms, okay? Yeah, we got goals. That's the goal. The number 8. And I just now I got the number 8, and I got 44, which is For me, y'all know number 8 speaks of the Emperor in reverse. Okay, well, number 44 speaks of the Emperor in reverse. See, look, a lot of 8, sex and intimacy. What did I just say? It's about the children. A lot of this has a lot. That's what people need to understand. People need to understand that it's all about it's about the women and children. Okay, no shade to the masculines, but I told y'all a while back when I did the Empress reading. When I did that Empress reading, if I can remember, I'll take it and I'll put it in the description. When I did the Empress reading, that particular reading, I picked up in that reading that they would much rather prefer for it to be just pings here. Okay, it has all to do with the women and the children. Okay, all to do with them. This also has a lot to do around the time when the whole situation went down with the for some reason Spirit is adding all of this into this message, and I'm gonna just give you the message, right? Around the time when they did this whole situation with the abortion, right? With the abortion law. Me and my oldest, we would discuss it a lot. Okay, and because see, my oldest thinks about, well, you know, this can affect me in the future, or just different world events. That's just how my offspring, especially my oldest too. Okay, that's just how they are. Okay, but, and I do, you know, I make sure that they don't get too wrapped up into things, because like I tell them, these people at the end of the day, a lot of them, they chill, you know, they rock with one another. You know what I'm saying? They may portray one thing to the public, but behind closed doors, it's a totally different thing. Okay, but I prophesied the real reason why they passed that abortion law. Okay, and then they turned around. It was like that next day, it was a post that had popped up where it was a Caucasian religious couple, and they was holding up a sign saying, "We want your African American children," or want, you know what I'm saying? And basically it was crazy, because it was like, okay, I said, you know, in the midst of me and my oldest having a conversation, I said, well, who do you think get the most abortions? I said, brown skin people. Our brown skin people get the most abortions, which is facts. Okay, so it's not about, it's always a underlying motive. Okay, it's always an underlying motive. Don't ever take what these people do at face value, because it's not the truth. It's bullshit. It's illusions. Okay, as far as them feeding, when it pertains to that, and trigger warning, feeding off the babies, eating these babies, taking the organs, all of this is a thing. Okay, all of this shit is a thing. Okay, when I told y'all my ancestors gave me the movie, I started channeling the movie Monsters Inc. Me and my offspring love that movie. Okay, we love Monsters Inc. and Monsters University. Okay, when I started channeling that movie, when I made my, okay, so now let me see, I gotta find my, okay, it's right here beside me, my radium deck. When I started channeling that movie and my ancestors, that was like part of the reason why I created the radium deck. Okay, they gave me a download about absorption. Okay, absorbing things, just like you absorb energy. Children absorb a lot of things, okay, that these people put out there purposely. Okay, that movie surrounds kid juice. Okay, it surrounds placing fear in the children. Okay, and you know, making them fearful. They're able to energy harvest. Okay, that's what that's about. Okay, this whole situation has a lot to do. Like I said, it has a lot to do with children. It has a lot to do with trying to cover up the crimes against children. Okay, because at the end of the day, a lot of people have only heard the half of what these people do when it pertains to these kids. Okay, these precious babies, these precious souls. Okay, and like I've stated, the main reason why this domain is under judgment, it has a lot to do, majority of it has a lot to do with the children. It has a lot to do with the feminine energy, because we give life. Okay, and like I've stated, for the feminines that can't give birth, you're nurturing in some way, shape, or form. Okay, you have the ability to be nurturing in some way, shape, or form. Okay, you have the ability to bring light into someone's life in some way, shape, or form. Okay, something also has a lot to do with brainwashing. Okay, the reason why this domain is under heavy judgment, I told y'all, is so many illusions. Okay, hypnosis, people who are asleep. Okay, hell, people that are still sleeping probably won't ever wake up. Okay, it's so many people that have fell victim to what these energies have done. Okay, and like I've told y'all, and I still haven't gotten around to it, when my ancestors wanted me, they gave me a message to do Beyond the Veil when it pertains to the founding fathers. Okay, because a lot of it has to do with them, their upbringing. I'm telling you, all of these are not our practices, and that's just plain and simple. Okay, a lot of people may get offended by that, but I am a straight channel to source. Okay, I'm a straight channel to source. I feel how they feel. Okay, y'all, those of you that watch me, the passion, you know, it comes from, I am an old wise soul. Okay, an old wise soul, and I channel their energy as well. Okay, they channel through me. I feel how they feel, just like with the children who are no longer here, that have been mutilated, because that's what this is. I just had a news article, a short pop up on my timeline the other day with the kids that got killed by the missile at the yogurt factory. Y'all gotta pay for that. And that's just plain and simple. It's just plain and simple. Children are innocent. At the end of the day, babies are innocent. And this has a lot to do with these individuals wanting to, what did I tell y'all? They're angry. They're pissed off. I just told in my prophecy, gratitude source, for 2026, I prophesied it in that video. If I remember, I'll try to tag that video as well. Didn't I tell y'all? A source was giving me bulls and how bulls act, because they're full of so much testosterone, and how, you know, just, yeah, that's what I was getting. And then what is that? That's Hierophant energy. That's people, men that sit in these prominent positions, and it's a mess. It's a mess. When I tell you it's a mess, it's a mess. It goes back to when I touched on you're seeing the crucifix at full display. That's what you're seeing. So that's what the anger that comes from our ancestors. You're seeing it at full display. That's what you're seeing. And like I said, if anybody gets offended, baby, honey, please feel free to unsubscribe. Because I'm telling you, my mission, I am faithful to my mission. I am faithful to my path. Most of all, I am faithful to the Supreme Creator. It's bullshit. Point blank, period. All right, Spirit, let's get energy surrounding this war and the Pizzagate. What's going on? Let's get energy surrounding this war and Pizzagate that I was picking up on. These emperors. Yeah, they want people zombified too. Something is significant about that. I just saw sharing. Look, sharing, intimacy, sex. I'm telling you. 7 and 8 is 15. Yeah, karma. It's karma. I told you they angry. They're upset. What's going on here? If I'm not mistaken, right now, Childish Gambino just came on. Stay woke. Yep. Play and creativity. That childlike energy. 5th house. Okay. Yep. What is that? Leo energy? Identity. That goes back to, what did I say? This is Western Scrillage. It's bullshit. It's theft. Destiny swapping. Hello. Okay. Hello. Destiny swapping. Okay. Look. Wisdom and philosophy. 9th house. I'm telling you. 5th house also speaks of that gives me roots to me as well, because it speaks of identity, who you are, wisdom and philosophy, as I just now talked about Western Scrillage and destiny swapping. We have wisdom and philosophy and 9th house to come out. Tell us more here, ancestors. Long-term goals. 10th house. We saw goals when when I cut my camera on, when I first showed the deck. These long-term goals have something to do with their plan. That's what it has, a lot to do with their plan. What did I tell y'all? That book is their blueprint. It's their blueprint. You know how we say movies, by law, they have to tell you, by spiritual law, they have to tell you or show you in some way, shape, or form, and it may come off subliminal. They're a good book. Okay? Tell us more. Roots and family. I just saw. And it's poking. Roots and family. I'm not, bro. What I tell y'all, I'm faithful to my journey. I'm faithful to the supreme primordial creator. That's who I'm faithful to. I'm faithful to my beloved ancestors who are faithful to me. I'm telling you. Yep. And what's this peeking? The body. The temple. And that is also giving me something in reference to how they're made up. Okay, something has something to do with how they're made up. Their genetics. Something about genetics. Okay, that's what I'm picking up on. Something is significant here about genetics. Okay. All right. Let me see where they want to go with this. Let me grab Spirit. Which route we want to go with this? Okay. Okay. Clear, accurate communication, ancestors. Yeah, it's something significant about keeping up chaos and conflict in order to distract. The chaos and conflict has something to do with distractions. Yeah. And worry. Like wanting people to worry, wanting people to stress. What is play and creativity when it pertains to this energy surrounding the Pizzagate and this war energy? Family details. Something about your family kept secret. That's the roots in the family. Yeah. And it's not just that. It has all to... Didn't I say, look, ambition in reverse. Wanting to snatch. It's like zombified. That's what this is. Want you to be zombified. And they telling me to put it under here. Wanting you to be... It's like lackluster. Thank you, Spirit. Like something about lackluster. Okay? What's this, yeah, I just saw pregnant and hotel and motel room. Yeah, hidden relationships. All of this is surrounding this. And this is, what did I say? They throwing tantrums. It came out in my prophecy for 2026. Yeah, pregnant in reverse. Not birthing new things. Don't want you to be able to birth new things, because see, if you thrive, if you... And I'm talking about generational wealth. That's what I'm speaking about. I'm talking about leaving a legacy. That's what generational wealth is where your offspring and your offspring's offspring, baby, if they work for anybody, they're working for the family. It's in the family. It ain't too many, it's a lot. Majority of people not out here doing it. They're not doing that. Okay, and that's just the message. You're teaching your offspring to work for somebody else. And that's just what it is. And you know, that's just what it is. In some way, somehow, there is some sort of cord. Some way, somehow. And my ancestors bringing up Black Wall Street. I'm telling you, that type of shit. Yeah. Hotel, motel room in reverse. Like, this goes back into what I say in reference to the children. The children. That ninth house energy is that society energy. Yeah, I'm telling you. Wake up call. I'm telling you. And that's what Source has been trying to do. Source and Source works, you know, through us, the prophets, the messengers. And we know, we understand that, baby, we're not going to be able to awaken everybody. What's this long-term goals here, Source and ancestors, when it pertains to this Pizzagate energy? Bullies in reverse. What did I say? Didn't I say the goals, their long-term plan, their goal, their mission? Ain't that what I said? Yeah. And it's something significant here too. This goes back to that channel energy. You being used as a conduit to expose this, all of just, y'all. And I just now touched on the abortion law with the pregnant in reverse. They're reminding me. Yeah. I'm telling you, harmed another person. You see it? And this is multiple people. This is multiple people. This is what they're working so hard. They're using a lot of this shit as a distraction. That's what it is. Okay? Because they want to work so hard to keep, they want you to focus on that and not continue. Basically, let me tell you, the real prophets, this is the message that's coming through. The real prophets, the real messengers, we're causing awakenings. Okay? But if they throw this shit, just like with the Nancy Guthrie situation, just like with the Rihanna situation that just happened, just like with this war, if they throw this shit in, guess what? people gonna look away. They're gonna look that direction unless you know different. Unless you know different. That's the message that's coming through. Okay? They want to take the attention away from underage pregnancies. Okay? What they're doing with these babies. These hotel and motel areas that they go into, that they meet in. Okay, these conference rooms that they rent out, or ballrooms that they rent out or build. Okay, their long-term plan to bully people who are out here bringing things to the light with the 9 and the 10 here, 19 the sun. Okay, the fact that they harm people, this is something that they've been doing for a long time, and most of all, children. Women and children. Okay? Because these are emperor in reverses. These are narcissists. Okay? You're seeing this domain being ran by narcs. Okay? Narcs running wild. They can't stand women and children. They can't stand themselves. A narc knows nothing about love at all. So why in the fuck would they want to spread love? Why in the hell would they want harmony? They don't. War and chaos. What's this roots and family here, ancestors? Yeah, something also has something to do with addictions. And here we go. What did I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all about, gave y'all that message a while back. As I say, something is about addictions. This Pandora's box that was opened by one of them, okay, let's put it out there. Being put onto your bloodline. I told y'all, ain't no Jesus is coming back to save you, baby. Us prophets, yes, the supreme primordial creator is channeling through us to awaken people. But guess what? You have to want to do the work. You have to want to do the work. You have to be willing to put in the work to break these curses off of your bloodline. You have to. Because that's what it is. The Pandora's box. A shitload of curses. Okay? And guess what? They will use your roots, what they taught you. They give you Christianity. They give you their religion. Okay? Western Skrying. In order for them to take what you've learned, and they will use it against you. What's in your DNA. What's in your DNA, and use it against you. To flip the script. Destiny swap. Karmic debt. That's what this is. And they're angry. Okay? They're angry. I just saw finances. What's this? Yes, theft. Theft. 8th house energy of what belongs to you. Habits and addictions. What I say? You have to break this. Habit or addiction in reverse. Falling underneath roots and family. I can't make this shit up. I can't make it up. People would be pissed. Let me tell you, do you know those of you that watch me, how many people have you seen in your family coming up that was an alcoholic, that drug use, dealt with poverty, dealt with molestation, dealt with physical abuse, dealt with early pregnancy, having a child out of wedlock? How many people have you seen deal with that? How would you feel to know that it was a curse that was placed on your bloodline? How many people do you know have transitioned from an overdose? I think about all them people out there on fucking Kensington. Out there in Philly. How do you think them people would feel if they found out that it was a curse that was placed on their bloodline? That was it. That's it. A curse that was placed on their bloodline that needs to be severed. A cord that needs to be severed. These people are pissed. Do you know how long they've been getting away with this? I'm telling you. They've been getting away with this shit for a long time. And it has come to an end. Okay? They've been getting away with it for a long time. And it has finally come to an end. Now they have to answer for it. But guess what? Do you think when somebody has been doing something for so... These are career criminals and con artists. These are thieves. These are individuals that 9 times out of 10, they came from career criminals and con artists. They paved the way for them to be career criminals and con artists. So for them to, it has come to an end. They're not going to go down without a fight. And you're seeing it. You're seeing it. You got emperors in reverse all over the globe. And it's not just masculines. It's feminines as well that's heavily involved. We've been seeing it. Okay? But emperors in reverse all over the globe that are a part of this. And all they want to do is throw a tantrum. A lot of them angry because why you no longer can have access to these precious babies. So guess what you're going to do? Blow them up. Financial success. That's how they that's how they've come up. Okay? That's how they've come up. Music and food. That goes back to the body. A lot of the food these days is human. Meat ain't meat. What's this? Not animal meat. What's this family detail? Let's get one on this family detail here. Secrets being kept by a family. Leaving home. Yearning for independence. So that goes back to what I say in reference to, and this is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, 6th house, systematic. Okay. This, and I'm getting the energy from, and my ear is going off, from when I did the Nipsey Hussle reading. And when Nip came through in his reading and he put emphasis on, and even in the Nip, if y'all haven't checked that reading out, check it out because it's deep. Okay. I prophesied in that reading about Big U, the guy. I didn't know his name, but the energy came out in that reading, and next thing you know, it was done for him. Okay, Nip said it would. Okay. But I'm getting Nip energy here when he put emphasis on breaking up the family unit, breaking up the households. It's all this has a lot to do with spell work. It's manipulation. Okay? And I'm getting this. And Spirit is giving me a flash of the scene from what is that? What's Love Got to Do with It? And remember when Angela Bassett, remember young Tina, remember when her mama left her with her grandmama? I'm getting that. I'm getting that. Falling right underneath play and creativity. Something that has something to do with that. This is deeply rooted stuff. But how does it make you feel to realize that these were curses? These were curses. This was orchestrated. Yeah, burdens. What did I say? What did I just say? When wanting you to be zombie-like. Okay? Not having any life in you. How many people do you bypass on a day-to-day basis and they just going with the flow? They look like they drained. It says giving consent, giving the okay for the love of money. The number 10 Sag. This is also, which is that 9th house energy. Okay, Sagittarius. But this is also going into it's going, because Spirit is bringing my attention to this wisdom and philosophy. It has something to do with the teachings, the programming, the early programming. Early programming. Just like when I touched in there on that reading about why they stick the infants so early. Okay? This energy here, let me tell you. Households being so big on molestation. Okay? And you being afraid to even go to a parent and confide in a parent because that parent may point fingers at you. That parent may blame you. That parent may side-eye you. That parent may treat you a certain way. For some reason, I'm getting it here. All of this has been orchestrated, and it has to do with Pandora's box, roots and family. All of this has a lot to do with what you're seeing go on right now, because it's some of you. You're a part of that Pizzagate. You're a part of those children. You may have ancestors around you that had contracts on their head that were a part of that energy. Sold, traded, whatever may be. This is giving me that for the love of money. Sacrificing things. Sacrificing family. Sacrificing infants. That scene from What's Love Got to Do with It when she left young Tina with the grandma. That's sacrifice. She was sacrificed. She was sacrificed. And when young Tina grew up, and young Tina, you remember, Spirit is giving me the scene when young Tina confided in her mom. Remember when she was trying to leave Ike? And remember when she talked to her mama? And remember when Ike called up the mama and the mama told Ike what she was? This is the type of shit I'm picking up on. This is deep-seated. But it started Pandora's box. Roots, put on the family, the bloodline. What you're seeing is tantrums being thrown by these emperors in reverse that wanted this power and authority. And like I've told y'all, these individuals, they get their youthfulness from the infants, from these kids. That's where it comes from. Their money, their finances. That rug is being snatched from under them. What they gonna do? You're seeing them throw a tantrum. They know the end is here. What's this pregnant in reverse? I'm telling you, lots of abortions, okay? That's sacrificing children, okay? And I'm not speaking about the women out there who, say if you were impregnated by, by forceful situations, okay? My heart goes out to you, all right? I'm talking about abuse, okay? It's a lot of females out here who abuse the right to have an abortion. Abuse it. They abuse it. What's this pregnant in reverse? Yeah, I just seen music in reverse. So something could have something to do with what's in the music. Yeah, drink. Look. Y'all can't make this shit up even if I try, baby. Y'all see it? Drink and Monsters Inc. Kid Juice. Do you see this? You see this, right? And I gave the whole spiel in the beginning of this reading, how I prophesied the real reason why. This was about around the time when I started the weird shit. I hadn't even started this channel yet. But the phone calls and shit had already began. Y'all see it? Drink Monsters Inc. Kid juice. Do you see this? You see this, right? Falling right underneath. That's that cult energy, that ninth house, with their wisdom and philosophy. That's why I said communion is a ritual. That is a ritual. Okay? Not until I got on my journey. Like I told y'all, I grew up in the church. Okay? I have a tribal tattoo here of who they call Jesus. Okay? I have a crucifix here. At one point in time in my journey, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get these covered up. But no, it's a part of my journey. I had to go through to get where I am now. That is a ritual. Bread for the body, wine for the blood. It's ritualistic. Okay? Like I said, I don't care who don't like it. It is a part of their wisdom and a part of their philosophy. Keeps those who do it under hypnosis. This falling right on top of pregnant in reverse. If that child, if the pregnancy is in reverse because the babies are taken, they drink whatever comes from these infants. What's this hotel and motel room? I'm telling you, these some sick motherfuckers, and their reign has ended. It has come to an end. What's this hotel motel room? So these is flipping. Paying off debts. What did I say? Negotiations, agreements, Capricorn energy. The number 3. What did I say? Didn't I say didn't I mention ballrooms and conference rooms? I can't make it up. I can't make it up. Sure can't. Professions in reverse. Moon, it's coming out. It's coming out what these people really do. Okay? Because what you see them do in the media, what they do in front of your 2 eyes, is what's cloaking what they really do. Okay? Children. Children is what they really do. Didn't I just now say in the media? Children that you see go missing in the media. Children that you see go missing on the news. Come on now. Come on now. What's the bullies in reverse? Thank you, source and ancestors. Because their plans have failed. And I got to do a spirit box reading because that card just came out the other day in my other reading. And I know they want to speak. What's this bullies in reverse? Conflict. What did I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all they throwing tantrums? You're seeing it globally. They throwing tantrums, baby. Leo energy. I just mentioned that with the 5. Hierophant energy. Emperor energy. Sun, because they're being exposed. That's why. That's why these love affairs, these and it's not even, I hate to even title it as a love affair because children don't consent. Okay? Not at all. But 5th house talks about that. It also talks about children because it's being exposed. Their blueprint, their long-term plot, plan, scheme, their mission, what they thought they had down pat to a T. They thought they had crossed all their I's and crossed all their T's and dotted their I's. They thought. 555. There is a change here. What's this harmed another person? Sacrificing women. Parents in reverse. As I say, sacrificing women. Yeah. Parents, I'm telling you. Baby, this will be taking you from your original fucking parents. You hear me? You hear me? aligning you with something more like them. Okay? That will go along with their agenda. Okay? Okay? We got habit or addiction in reverse and parents in reverse. This also talks about, what did I say? Nip said, breaking up the households. Breaking up the households. Also, losing a parent to some sort of habit or addiction. That, guess what? Is a spell. It's a curse. It's a curse. What's this Pandora's box? Yeah, frequency I just saw. I'm telling you. What's the Pandora's box here? Underneath this, these roots. Materialistic. Yep, this another one. Greed field. Capricorn energy. 15. Attachments. Gratitude source. Attachments, y'all. Counseling in reverse. And that goes with the habit or addiction in reverse. Because what do they always say? Black folk don't believe, Aboriginal people, men and women, children, they don't believe in no counselors, no therapists. Wonder why? I'm telling you. What's this habit or addiction in reverse here, source? What's this habit or addiction in reverse? Factory in reverse and speak. Factory in reverse and speak. And that has, in my opinion, what I'm picking up on there, because y'all know, Spirit finally, because I was like, Spirit, why does the factory card keep coming out in my places oracle? And then one day I got confirmation for it. This is associated with organ harvesting. We just now talked about, we seen the body on the bottom of the deck. Okay? What did I just now tell you? That it's not animal consumption, it's human consumption. Okay? That's what it is. It has a lot to do with human consumption. And with this speak coming out here, that goes back to, what did I say? It has a lot to do with the household. At home. What do they say? It starts at home. It starts at home. All right, let's see. All right, Spirit. What is... Let me move these to the side. What is the... Something also has something to do with like... Okay. Count, like, something is significant here about okay, so counselors tied to this 9th house energy. Okay, I am getting that because I started hearing something about like medication. What's this family here underneath this? Why is it falling here underneath this play and creativity? Family secrets. Tower. Yeah. So a scandal. Some sort of scandal. Imbalanced social life. And that's falling right, leaving home. Yearning for independence. This, I'm telling you, this is young mothers. This is young fathers. This has something to do with, like, say for instance, somebody is getting abused at home. I'm picking up different types of things, different scenarios. Yeah, Knight of Wands. Yeah, being in this Knight of Wands energy. Papa was a Rolling Stone type energy. Mama was a Rolling Stone type energy. That's what I'm picking up here. Yeah. Yearning for more. Yearning for something more. Okay. What's this? Ambition. Play and creativity. Ambition in reverse. Yeah, I'm telling you, Spirit keeps confirming what I was picking up on. Wanting you to be zombified. Not wanting you to have any type of spark in you. Okay? Wanting you to feel dull. Wanting you to be, baby, let me tell you something. My faith, my knowing in a supreme creator, my spirit, like I told y'all, spirituality saved my life. Okay? I was a Baptist. Okay, I grew up in the church. Spirituality saved my life. Okay, want you to feel drained, want you to feel boxed in, want you to feel suppressed, wanting you to feel oppressed, wanting you to go along with their theory, wanting you to go along with their belief. Okay, want you to go along with their Western scrillage. Just plain and simple. And that's just what it is. Yeah. What's this burden energy? Giving consent, giving the okay for the love of money. And I saw the King of Pentacles. Magic. Magic. This goes back to the Pandora's box and the materialistic roots being put on a bloodline. That's what this is. These is people, did not say they want you to, they want you to be their mirror. And it's so crazy because Spirit is giving me a crazy ass download right now. A crazy download. You actually being their image. Okay? Creating you in their image. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Okay? What's this? Pregnant in reverse? Western philosophy. Uncloak this energy, ancestors, and let the collective know what they need to know. Partnerships. I told you. This is underage. That's what this is. Underage pregnancies. This could also be now. I told y'all there are women involved as well, and I just picked this up in another reading. I just picked this up in another reading with the sacrificing babies, and the Two of Cups came out. I've had a couple of readings speaking about these partnerships here and these sacrificing these children. Yeah, that's what this is. This could be women that are a part of this that give the okay. Okay, if you impregnate me, sure, I'll give up my child. That's what I'm picking up here. Okay, y'all know I'm not gonna sugarcoat the shit. I'm just not. All right. So then we have drink. Let's see. Drink what? Drink. What is this? Drink underneath this wisdom and philosophy. And this has two chalices on it. So something could be, in some cases, something could have something to do with the one that birthed it and the one that's taking the offering. Or hell, these is, baby, this is crazy. What's this drink here, source? Message. I'm telling you what I told y'all. What I told y'all. I'm telling you now. Yeah. Monsters Inc. That's the truth. And it keeps them thriving. Brand new beginnings. DNA. Okay? DNA upgrades. Okay? And I'm being told to put it there. DNA upgrades. That's what this is. Okay? Yeah. That's the truth, y'all. I'm not playing. Ace of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles. What's this? Hotel and motel room? Yeah. And this goes back to for the love of money. These feminines accepting money in exchange for their seeds. Yeah. What's this? Hotel and motel room in reverse? And it ain't all of them, but they know who they are. They know exactly who they are. Yep. Because they under judgment for it. Six of Swords. So they can move on to calmer waters. Them moving on to calmer waters. This is 6, systematic energy again. And this leaving home, yearning for independence. We got 6 over here. I'm telling you, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. This is crazy. This is crazy. And we got paying off debts. Did we or did we not see the Ace of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. What's this paying off debts here? Negotiations and agreements. What did I just say? They all under judgment. I can't make it up. They under judgment for this. I told y'all. I told y'all. I said it. I said two things. The crime, sacrificing these babies, sacrificing these women, and the fucking illusions that these people have painted for generations. Okay? Yeah. For generations. That's what this is. They're under judgment. We got agreements on this card. We just saw the Two of Cups over there. Yeah. Under investigation. They're under investigation. What's these bullies? And they could be fighting because they're under investigation. They've been exposed. Six of Wands. But this is Six of Wands because their plan, plot, schemes are coming to a head, baby. A brutal head. Like I said, this is decades. This is generations of illusions. Okay? Yeah. And that's why they throwing the tantrum, baby, because they have failed. They have failed. What's this conflict here? Long-term goals. Yeah. What's the conflict here, Source? And loving ancestors. That's the truth. I'm telling y'all, because they have lost. They're falling. That's why. Okay? They are falling. Harmed another person. What is this? Long-term goals. Wheel of Fate. Fated events. Fated events. Events that you're seeing take place right now. Things that you're seeing take place right now. Something has something to do with the hotel motel energy too. And them meetings, tables, going back. I'm telling you, all of that. And didn't I say something about globe, around the globe? Yeah. That's what this is. Parents in reverse. Fate. Look, children. Look. Star to the Hangman to the Queen of Swords. What did I say? Parent swap, baby swaps, lies, illusions, putting you with something or someone that's more like them. I'm telling you. The Star to the Hangman falling on parents in reverse. This is also speaking of motherfuckers giving the okay for the love of money. For the love of money. I'm trying to tell you. And I wouldn't be surprised either. Let me tell you something. When that shit went down in Hawaii, okay, and I just now mentioned Hawaii before them floods hit. When that shit went down in Hawaii with them babies, y'all ain't heard nothing else about that. Them folks is under judgment. And that's just bottom line. It is bottom line. Don't like it? Take it up with the Creator. I'm telling you, I'm here on a mission, not to sugarcoat shit. What's this Pandora's box? I'm telling you. What's the Pandora's box? Roots and family. Yep, this is crazy. Selling out. I'm getting parents selling out their kids. I sure am. I sure am. Yeah. Justice. I'm telling you. Justice. Why? Because this has been decades that have been under this baby. This shit has been broken. It has been broken. And motherfuckers want justice. Bottom line. For these roots that were put on these bloodlines. Bottom line. Me personally, I know for a fact. Materialistic. Greed field. What did I just say? Create you in their image. Let that sink in. What's this materialistic? Toxic attachments. Two of Pentacles. Yeah. But keeping you in some sort of stronghold. Like having you in some sort of stronghold. That's what I'm picking up on. 17, the Star. So say for instance, your parents sacrifice you, agree to get rid of you right? They are obsessed with material, so they're gonna do with anything for money. You're gonna be in this Cinderella, weather mask, this struggle energy, okay? Yeah, kind of like dangling a carrot in front of a rabbit, a bunny, or some shit. That's what I'm picking up here. Like piece by piece, little by little, okay? But you're royal, all right? Your roots was put on your fucking bloodline. Your royalty, okay? With this energy right here, I'm also picking up this is that switcheroo energy again with the Two of Pentacles. Some sort of switcheroo energy. Two of something. A choice. Confirmation with the car. Yep. A swap. Some sort of swap. Some sort of exchange. Destiny swap. Okay? What's this habit and or addiction? Habit or addiction in reverse. Roots of family. This will also be those who sold out or can for some sort of, I'm telling you, it's crazy. The energy I'm picking up here is extremely deep. Okay? What's the habits or addiction? Nine of Wands. Standing your ground and defeating any type of roots that were placed on you. Breaking that shit. Okay? And like I told y'all, when it comes down to, all of us have our own journey. All of us have our own mission. But you have to understand who you are. Your anointing. Okay? Everybody don't walk the same path. Everybody don't have the same calling. Some of us have double missions. It ain't gonna be easy at all because of who we are. And I'm saying that humbly speaking. But they know who we are. Why do you think the Pandora's box is right over here underneath roots, placed on a bloodline, on your bloodline, on your family, so forth and so on? Why you think it's here? Because they know who you are. Your job, as I said, is to break that shit. Because they're creating you, and they want to form, they're molding you in their image. What's this factor in reverse? Factor in reverse. Six of Cups. Children. Organs. A whole factory. We got the Queen of Cups, which speaks of a mother. Children. That's what this is. Factory with children. And two, Spirit has been showing me a lot of teddy bears. Okay? Something about teddy bears. I had looked it up one day because something what's the baby name? Genesis. And it's crazy that's coming up. But Genesis. In Genesis photo, she has a teddy bear on her clothing. If you go look at my thumbnail, it's a teddy bear on her clothing. Something has something to do with a cult. Okay? That is something about the teddy bear, right? The other day, I was online getting clothes for my offspring. Something has something to do with, I saw teddy bears on children's clothing. I immediately just logged out. Yeah, because that was further confirmation to what I picked up when I seen Genesis. Spirit pointed out the teddy bear on her clothing. And then I did my own research. And then for me to be looking for clothes for my offspring, and I see teddy bears on the clothing. We got speak. And this is giving me two crossed energies. Okay? What's this speak here? And the Six of Cups also, like I said, talks about children. What's the Six of Cups? Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Speaking, what am I doing? Speaking of the deception. Speaking of the trickster energy. Speaking of the illusions. That's what I'm speaking up about. That's what I have been speaking up about. Like I said, I am on my path. I'm faithful to my path. I'm faithful to my journey. I'm faithful to the supreme primordial creator. I'm faithful to my legacy. 6 and 7 is 13. Didn't I say? I'm getting deceased energy over here. Yep. And look, yeah, we got family on the bottom. The 10 of Cups. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles. Paying off family. These are people that have failed. That's what these is. These are people who their vessel has been completely compromised. Materialistic. They allow these people to create them in their image in full effect. That's what this is. You got to read between the lines. Okay? You have to read between the lines, and that's just point blank period. So, yeah, I feel like that's all Spirit wants to say right now when it pertains to this energy. This is, like I said, Spirit gave me a download in reference to Pizzagate and the war. And yeah, this shit is deep, real deep. Okay, so that's everything I have for you, collective, when it pertains to this message. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll talk to you in the next one.